Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome. It's March, and I can't believe it. My name is Debbie Zito. If we haven't met, it's so nice to meet you. And we are just in for a delightful call tonight. We have an amazing guest speaker that I'm going to introduce in just a little bit. Dr. Sean McKee and Dr. Neil Goodman and I were all really thrilled to have you here. Many of you will come back and listen to this as a replay meeting, and I promise you this will give you much value. The information that our guest speaker is going to give you tonight is just full of gems and roses and all the wonderful things that you want to think about because he is a man of amazing knowledge and wisdom. So, before we get started, I do want to make a couple quick announcements. Next week is Nashville, you guys, and many of you are joining us next week. So it's going to be at the amazing Gaylord Opryland Hotel. Now, just know this, that the registration is closed, but there are many people who are selling their tickets out there. So if you have not registered and would love to go, goodness, we would love for you to join us. Just reach out to one of us because we'll be able to get you tickets. We've got lots of fun things planned. If you're there early on Wednesday, a few of us are heading over to the Opryland Grand Ole Opry. It's Trish Yearwood's anniversary concert, and I think we're just so lucky to be there at that time. So we're going to do that Wednesday night, and Thursday we're going to meet downtown at a really fun restaurant called 60 Vines. So it's just right by the Ryman and all sorts of fun little places downtown. My youngest daughter Taylor lives there, so I've got the scoop this time of where to go, and she's a foodie. She loves eating amazing food. So for sure, we're going to have a lot of great places and choices to eat. The other thing I want to mention real quick, I know we had a new consultant call this past Monday, and we talked about all the amazing things in LifeVantage. They always have fun incentives and fun promotions. Two that are currently going on. We're right in the middle of the Rise era. And with this promotion, the ERA stands for how they're incentivizing us for enrolling, retaining, and advancing in LifeVantage. These are just extra perks in the company. And then they have another promotion going on right now for all of you that are brand new. It's called the Fast Track bonus, and it's just wonderful extra ways to earn an income. So with the Fast Track bonus, you're able to earn additional monies, and with the Rise era gifts. And we've had lots of people on our team that have been earning these, and it's super fun. I just love, these are just extra things, and just depends on what motivates you. I personally, I live for vacations because I never had vacations. So as soon as LifeVantage comes out with a trip, you can better believe that it is on my bulletin board because Mike and I have been to some amazing places that we really just dreamed about. We never would have been able to make it to. So we are forever grateful. So those are a couple of the announcements. And Dr. McKee, let me know if there's anything else that I forgot. But I really wanted to jump into our guest speaker tonight, Gabe Pearson. Thank you so much for taking time out. I know you are super busy. And anytime you reach out to Gabe, there's so many things I love about him, but he's always like, sure, I'm happy to help, whatever you need, just let me know. And he has a heart of gold, as does his amazing wife, Jill. So Gabe and Jill Pearson, you will hear their names all over LifeVantage. They are the tippy top. They're in the tippy top earners of LifeVantage, and they've been with LifeVantage for 14 years, right, Gabe?
You believe it?
I can't believe it. I just celebrated my 8th year. I can't believe that. Where did that time go? So 14 years in LifeVantage. Wow, you've seen a lot of things in LifeVantage, but I bet you one of the things he will share with all of us is the beautiful culture of the company of LifeVantage. The people, the products, all outstanding. Gabe and Jill live in Jacksonville, Florida, actually just an hour south of me, an hour south of St. Simons. I only have two beautiful children, Natalie and Gabe Jr. Gabriel recently. Some of you may have met him if you were at the Lance Wallnau event. He's just amazing. And what they've instilled in their children is just incredible. The work ethic, the heart. I mean, their children, they look at you like you are gold because Gabe and Jill have taught their children that it's all about the other person. So when those are just some things I could introduce Gabe on and on all night long, but he's so amazing. But there are so many things he's taught me. And two of the things that I think about right away when I think about Gabe is he's always taught me consistency, being consistent in my business and sharing every single day. And also, he said this to me so many times, this business, Debbie, is not about you. It's about the other person. It's always about the other person. And you will fail if you think that you can do this by yourself, because this is a team building process, and it is all about the other people. And plus, it's so much more fun when you do it with other people. So, Gabe Pearson, thank you for being here tonight, taking time out with us. I'm excited for everybody to get to know you and Jill further in the future. So, take it away.
Thank you so much, Deb. I really appreciate the introduction. I thought this would be appropriate because this business is about fun. This business is about travel, and this business is about helping people. And the good news is you get to make a little bit of money in the process. Yes, 14 and a half years. I mean, my goodness, I was introduced in 2009 to LifeVantage when we were just in one country. We had one product. The company only was doing $3 million a year in sales. From the science standpoint, we had 3 peer-reviewed studies and 1 patent. Now, fast forward till today, we're in 26 countries. We have dozens and dozens of products. It's nearly $250 million company. And now the peer-reviewed studies are over a couple of dozen. The patents are 13 now. So it's just crazy to be able to be a part of a new paradigm in health. And that's what we get to scream at the mountaintops and really help people understand there's actually something that you need to put into your body. So this new paradigm in health is the activation of pathways. Taking antioxidants are a thing of the past. Having your body make them is the future, and we're the only game in town. And this company has brought me to multiple continents. Never thought I'd be in Australia or the Philippines, Hong Kong, all these incredible places, traveling, but more importantly, helping everyone. And I think Deb said it best. This business is not about you, it's about them. And that's what I'm going to cover tonight, because it's really difficult. If you really think about this, all of you that are venturing into this space for the very first time, listen to me very carefully. You're going to have to unlearn everything that you've learned up to this point from a traditional business standpoint, because network marketing is the polar opposite. It's a different identity. You cannot fit a square peg into a round hole. It will not fit, trust me. And there's been a lot of people that have tried to make that fit and thought this business, is not the real deal. All right. But I can assure you, this was my first time getting started, and it's changed my life. Some of these pictures I'm looking at right here, since we have Dr. Sean McKee. Sean, do you remember this at the famous restaurant in Ocean Springs? This is when Sean first hit Elite Pro 8. And for the newbies on, Elite Pro 8 is when your business is doing $200,000 in sales revenue a month. So that was a fantastic night that we had there. So this business, again, it's about traveling, it's about having fun, it's about just helping everyone. If you want to be successful in this business, you cannot get what you want until you help enough people get what they want. My son was 6 years old when I started this business, and you can see him with Dr. Rebecca Glasser. I put this picture right down here because he was at his very first event in Texas. Unfortunately, I fractured my back, and that's the only event I've ever missed in 14 and a half years. And now my son is thriving right now. So I was hoping he was going to be able to get on tonight, but we'll see. But tonight, what we're going to talk about is the compensation plan. It's going to be talking about this business model so you can maximize your time in this industry. And a lot of people that don't understand the compensation plan, they work really hard, but they're not compensated 100%. So that's the first thing that I want to teach each and every one of you today, because understanding the business model and how you get paid is very, very important. Okay. And I came up with this 3x3x3 training, but there are some core habits that each of us must do to be able to realize, your goals, to be able to obtain your goals, whatever it is, whether it's a couple $100 a month or a couple $100 a minute, it doesn't matter. And one of the very first core habits to become an effective leader, and that's what you will really start to realize what network marketing is all about. You know what it is? It's a personal growth and development course that's on steroids. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would be speaking in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people on a big stage. But this business prepared me for those kind of moments. So the first core habit, you have to be a product of the product. It's that simple. Humans are very, 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 very smart. And you cannot sell them something if you are not experiencing what that product has done for you. I mean, you can be 99.9999%, excited, and convinced about this product. But if you're not on the product, the person that you're talking to will sniff out that 0.1%. You have to be a product of the products. Okay. Each month, you should be increasing your personal sales volume. I don't care if it's one bottle of Protandim. You want to move forward in business. You don't, march and not go anywhere, right? And you certainly don't want to take steps backwards. So whatever your sales volume is, personally, you want to increase it each month by getting customers. And for those of you in traditional business, we all know customers are king, right? So increase your sales volume. I think this is one of the most important of the 7 habits, is investing in yourself. Leaders are readers. I was told my first week when I got involved in this business to read a book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. That book is largely responsible for me getting to the top of this company, because it made me understand, how important duplication is, the power of exponential growth. And that's exactly what this presentation is all about tonight. So you want to start reading, you want to start listening, you want to start really becoming a professional in this business. And once the Mayo Clinic doctors validated this science for me, I checked the box. Then I was told to learn how to become a professional in this business. And because I took that to heart, in 22 months, I was able to walk away from a 35-year career. That's the power of exponential growth. And so we can get with each and every one of you, and we can recommend some incredible books that's going to help you become a better leader. You always want to plug into the system, right? Tonight's presentation is a part of the system, right? Nashville next week is a part of the system. You never miss an event. This is a networking business. So if you are a physician, if you are a professional sales person, when you go to these big events like we're going to go next week, you're going to meet other physicians, you're going to meet other professional salespeople, and you learn how they have built their business. You learn from the best, the brightest and the best consultants we have in this company. And if it wasn't for me never missing an event, there's no way I would have gotten to the top of this company. And you want to help everyone. I'm a firm believer in karma. I'm a firm believer in the universe. Your universe will open when you help people. And what I mean by that was when you start to become a leader, like Deb and Dr. McKee and Dr. Goodman, they are helping people outside of their organization. And all that does is opens up their universe. All right. It makes them, a better business person. And then once you hit what we call elite, when you become an executive with this company, then you start to get paid on everyone outside your organization. So actually, it behooves you to do that. Okay. So remember, this business is not about you. You want to help as many people as you can. 15 presentations a month is a barometer. And there is data supporting this next statement that's going to come out of my mouth, that if you're averaging 15 presentations a month, and let me define a presentation. All we're doing is sharing information with people. You share your story, you share some testimonies, right? And we have a system called the ITT system. The I stands for invite, the first T stands for tool, and the second T stands for team. So if you're talking to somebody and they are listening to your story and they're interested in learning more, we just send them a tool. It could be a video of what you're talking about. You can put them on something like this, on what you're witnessing right now. And then they'll have some questions after watching the video or watching this presentation, and then you put them on the phone with somebody on your team. And always remember this: systems don't fail. People fail systems. And if you are teachable and coachable and you have a burning desire, you will become successful. So 15 presentations a month, if you break it down, is talking to one person every other day, right? So, and if you do that for a year, you will hit those executive ranks. It's that simple. I've always said this: who speaks to the most people wins, right? And then most importantly, you want to learn how to present the whole story, right? I was introduced to this business by a complete stranger, and that complete stranger was a LifeVantage consultant for less than 1 week. Imagine if she would have only shared the product story with me. Imagine what she would have missed out on. I've brought her millions and millions and millions in revenue over the years. I became, what's a Master Pro 10, which is now called a presidential consultant, back in 2014. I mean, she's made 6 figures for years and years because of that, because she shared the whole story. And I didn't share with her that in 2009, we just lost 3 6-figure contracts. She did not know. She just asked me if I was open to watch a 9-minute video on an ABC Primetime Investigative Report, and it changed my life. So learn how to share the whole story with everyone. And then what I'm going to cover today is what got me to the top of this company. And it's called the 5-10-3 system. 5 stands for teams, or you can say consultants. 10 stands for customers, and 3 stands just for levels deep. So if you look at this slide right here, you are the one that's on top, right? And then think of your teams. I look at it like a Monday team, a Tuesday team, a Wednesday team, a Thursday team, and a Friday team. I think when I was in the trenches building this business exponentially, this was my Tuesday team. Fred Davis, when I went to Jackson, Mississippi, he was my second team. So this whole, those, most of those pictures, if not all of them, most of them represents my Tuesday team. But also I have a Monday team. That's a whole different organization. I have a Wednesday team, a Thursday team, and a Friday team. And then all we do, listen to me very carefully, is teach this system, teach duplication, because what you're going to ultimately figure out is when I talk about this tonight, most all of you are going to basically understand what I'm talking about, but you're not going to stomach it. It's not going to ooze out of your body. You're going to have to hear this over and over and over again, because you're going to have to unlearn everything that you've learned from traditional business. And all we do is teach our teams to do the same thing. So if you look at this level, my very first level, all that means is a person or a team, right? And then we teach that person to go out and get their 5. So let's say this is just me up top, and this is exactly what I was taught, to go have 5 teams. So find 5 people that you want to travel with, you want to have fun with, and you want to travel, and you want to make money with. Now, those are 3 different types of individuals. People that you want to make money with, those are people that you look up to. That's the Deb Zitos in the world, the Sean McKees of the world, the Dr. Goodmans of the world, right? People that you want to travel with, that's family. People that you want to have fun with, those are my buddies I surf with all over the world, right? So they're different subsets of individuals. And then all we do, let's say Deb was the very first person that I enrolled, I would teach her the exact same thing. Deb, we're going to make sure that you have 5 teams. Now, within each of your teams, you're like a little bulldog that won't let go of the bone. You are with them step by step until they complete this. And then you help them get their 10 customers. Now, will you have more than 10 customers? Sure. Will you have more than 5 teams? Sure. But this is the matrix. This is the system that we're going to follow. And this is the first step. And then the levels is just 3 levels deep. And the question that I had, well, what happens on the 4th level? How come it's only 3 levels? Because this particular business will start growing without you. Okay, if everyone's beaten to the same drum. So just bear with me and just understand the numbers. Okay, on your first level, you're going to have 5 business partners. So think of it like 5 Starbucks franchises, right? And then each of those 5 business partners has their 10 customers. So on the very first level, you're going to have 5 business partners and you're going to have 50 customers. Then all we do is take the baton and we hand it to each of those 5 members and teach them to do the same thing. So on your second generation of people, we just say a level, those 5 get their 5. Now understand this. This is a picture perfect matrix that will not happen. But this is the template that you follow. That second level, those 5 get their 5. So now you have 25 new business partners and 250 customers, assuming those 5 get their 5 and they get their 10 customers. And do it one more time. Your third level, those 25 get their 5. So now you have 125 new business partners and 1,250 customers. And if you add them all up, 125 business partners plus 25 business partners is 150, plus the 5 that you enrolled. So you have 155 franchises, 155 business partners. And then the customers, 1,250 plus 250 is 1,500 plus 50. So you have 1,550 customers plus 155 business partners. So you have over 1,700 people in your network. Remember this, the richest people in the world build a network. Everyone else has a job. So how many of the 1,700 are you responsible for? And the answer is just 15. The 5 that you brought in and your 10 customers. But now you're being paid on over 1,700 people. That's the power of exponential growth, right? So over the years, as I was teaching this, some of these numbers were just too big for a lot of people, right? Just understand this, and this is reality. I'm not putting anybody down. This is reality, what I've learned being a leader. It's crowded at the bottom. There are not a lot of leaders in the world. We're looking for leaders, right? So what I had to do is kind of rethink the 5-10-3. And what I did was just simplified it. And it made all the difference in the world, because then people saw these smaller numbers and they told themselves, I can do that. That is simplicity right there for me. I see it, Gabe. Oh my goodness. Well, for whatever reason, the 5-10-3 was just too big for people. So it's the same system. Instead of 5, it's 3. So let's say this is you up top and you enrolled 3 people. Those 3 people went and got their 3. So that's 9 on the second level. And then those 9 got their 3. That's 27 on the third level. So you have 39 in your organization, consultants, instead of 155, and you're only responsible for 3, right? So it's when you work with smaller numbers, you get a bigger percentage of people that says, I can do that. Okay. So what I decided to do was just kind of show you these numbers right here to kind of help you to understand how the subscription part of this business grows. And remember, subscription is a key word. To me, it's gold, right? You do something one time and you're getting paid again and again and again. So what I did, I kept this at the smallest numbers that I could. So but you're still qualified to be paid. All right. So what I mean by that is, let's say this is me up top, right? And remember, this is a network marketing company. And this company, LifeVantage, they want each one of their consultants to go out and do their part, right? So to be qualified to be paid all 8 different ways in our incredible Evolve compensation plan is they want us to have a minimum of 300 in what's called your personal sales volume. So how I broke this up is they actually allow us to use 150 as personal purchase towards the 300. So the very first core habit, be a product of the product. So this is part of the products that you're buying each month. It's called our subscription. And then you go out and you get 150 in sales volume for customers. And that could be 1, or it could be, 3 or 4. It just depends on what they buy. But this is what I wanted to show each and every one of you to understand the power of exponential growth. So this is the only thing that I did. I kept it at a minimum. These are your 3 consultants, your 3 business partners that you want to travel with, have fun with, and make money with. And let's just say the first month in this business, they just do the bare minimum. They just have 300 in subscriptions, right? They haven't enrolled any consultants. They have 150 subscription for personal usage, and they went out and got their best friend to get a bottle of Protandim and our incredible collagen, right? So they have 300, right? So basically what your 3 consultants what I call your true value of what your business is worth is because those subscriptions don't go away. In other words, when they became a consultant, there was volume for that pack that they bought, but that volume will go away after the month is over with. But the subscriptions don't, as long as you're on the product. So you have your first three, they have their minimum. So your business is worth 900, in revenues each month. But watch what happens when you teach this 3x3x3 system. Your three that you just enrolled, you just taught them to go do the same thing. So on your second level, you have your 9. And let's say each of those 9 business partners, consultants, they just do the minimum as well. They just have 300 in subscriptions total, 150 coming from them, 150 coming from customers. So if you add that up, 9 times 300, you have 2,700. Now, this is what most people don't understand in this business. That 900 that you did on the first 3 people, it doesn't go away. Think about this. I enrolled on August 30th, 2009. September of 2009 was my very first month in this business, and I'm still getting paid that check on what I did in September of 2009. Yes, it was a very, very small check, but what do you think my check is today when it grows exponentially? So you're doing something one time, and you get paid again and again and again. So your business, after those 9 new consultants in your business, is not 2,700. It's 3,600 you have in volume. So your business is 3,600. Okay. And we'll just do it one more time. Okay. And again, this is the picture perfect matrix that will not happen, but this is the template that we teach. And I promise you, everyone that I know knows someone who wants to make more money in 24 than they did 23. Everybody knows someone that wants to go out and help somebody from a health perspective, right? That's all we're doing. So if you look at those 9 and each of them gets theirs 3, right? You have 27 on your third level times 300. Now that's 8,100. You still get paid that 2,700 and you still get paid the 900. So now your business is doing 11,700 in group sales volume. On our disclosure statement, we're publicly traded, so you can see what the ranks, what the average income is. And 11,700 is what we call MC1 when your business is doing $10,000 a month. And the average check is about $1,600 a month. Do you think an extra $1,600 a month will help a lot of people that you know? Unequivocal yes. And think about the effort that you just had to do. Now remember, this is as long as those 39 people stay on the product, you're getting paid $1,600 month after month after month after month, right? So all you did to make this happen was introduce 3 people that you want to travel with, have fun with, and make money with. And you taught them to go find 3 people that they want to travel with, have fun with, and make money with. And it happened one more time. So it's amazing on how this starts to grow. And you can imagine what the 4th level looks like. It starts to get crazy, and that's why it starts growing without you. So what I want to do right now, I want to put some numbers together. And I know we have some people on right now that are brand spanking new. And there's going to be a lot of people watching this for the very first time that are brand spanking new. So I want to keep this really, really simple, really basic. And if Deb and Dr. Goodman would like to have me back next week, I would like to just start where I left off tonight, right? Because this is a very robust compensation plan. And the last thing that I want to do is discombobulate everyone, right? Get everyone confused. I want to try to keep it as simple as I can. Now, I'm going to be talking about some numbers, and I want to make sure that this stays compliant. So what I want you to understand, a consultant's earnings simply depends on the individual due diligence. It's their work effort. If you're putting in 15 minutes a day, the results will merit that. If you put 15 minutes an hour, the results will merit that, right? So LifeVantage doesn't guarantee an income. They don't guarantee rank success. Uh-oh, I lost my I might have to get out of this. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, I did something.
No problem. This is so great. And I
But
learn
this
something every single time.
Good. Now this just understand this, okay? There's three different, this is an example of what we call the customer sales profit. It's one of the bonuses that I'm going to discuss today. And just understand this, in this industry, you have bonuses that pays you up front. It's called immediate money. But all of this that are on tonight, most of us got involved with this business because of the back end of our compensation plan. In other words, I said, I'm still getting paid what I did in 2009. It's leveraged income, right? So there, LifeVantage has three different price points, all right, in our evolved markets. You have the consultant price, you have the subscription price, and you have the retail price. The consultant price will always be the lowest. That's why there's an incentive to get started with this company. Okay, it's always the lowest price. Someone that's on subscription, meaning they get their products delivered each month, will have a 10% discount over retail. Retail will always be the highest price. And that is someone who just orders a product one time. So the way the customer sales profits commissions work, let's say in this case, the consultant makes $100 sale. The consultant price is $80. So in this case, the consultant makes $20, right? Now, if the consultant sells that product on a subscription, that subscription price is 90, right? So the consultant price is 80, so that's $10 or 10%. And this is the way it's going to work on all of your initial sales. All right. So everybody with me there? Obviously, the consultant price is the best way to go, right? There's all kinds of perks. Now we have different bonuses, and I'm going to cover three of them with you tonight, and then I'm going to show you how it works. Okay. This is what we call our personal sales bonus. There's 4 different ranks. And as you can see, when your customer sales volume gets over 500, you're in the Onyx range, right? Which is an additional 5% bonus. When you get over 1,000 in customer sales volume, you're in the Emerald phase. That's an additional 10% on your sales profit. You can see the Sapphire is an additional 15%, and you can see the Diamond, which is additional 20%. Now remember, this is all on top of the 10% that I just discussed. So in other words, if you are a Sapphire, you're doing over 2,000 in customer sales, you are receiving 25%. So don't forget about the 10% that I just covered before the personal sales bonus. Everybody with me? Okay, for the newbies, or for the people who've been a consultant longer than 90 days, this is one of the very first things that you want to teach your brand spanking new consultants. All right. In the first 90 days that you're a consultant, there's a fast track. Okay. There's a lot of incentive coming out of the gates really fast. Sharing your story. In fact, you'll see how this plays in when you start making $50 for each of the third customer you bring in. Now, I'm going to show you this, and just understand this. This is an example. There are variances that are going to be slightly in all markets, but it's, it's very, very small. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show all of you. So let's say the very first month, what you do is you bring in 3 new customers, no consultants. These are just customers, and they have a $150 order. Okay. Remember, you're going to get that 10%, right? So that's $45 commission. And because you brought 3, the company is going to give you a bonus. You made an extra $50. So let's just say that's what you did for the very first month. You made $95. Now, month 2, you do the exact same thing. You get 3 new customers. So actually, you're taking a week off, right? There's 4 weeks in a month, right? So month 2, you have 6 customers, right? Now your commissions is $90 and your bonus is $95 for $185 for the month. Month 3, 3 new customers, same thing, same $150 order. Now you have 9 total customers. Your commissions is $135. The bonus is $185. So now you've made $320 for the month. Month 4, 3 new customers, $150 order. Now you have 12 customers for the month. Commissions $180, bonuses $180. Now you've made $360 for the month. And by the way, this is a 6-month example, right? Month 5, same thing, 3 new customers, $150 order, right? You have 15 customers for the month. Commissions are $225, bonuses is $337. So now it jumps up to $562. And we're going to do it one more time. 3 new customers, $150 order. Now you have 18 customers for the month. Commissions $270 on the customers, $405 on your bonus. So you're making $675 for the month, right? Well, what if you just decide to take off month 7? Okay, you enroll no one, but you managed to communicate, continue to educate those 18 customers that you enrolled on those first 6 months. You still make the $675 for the month. And what I love about this team, and this is for Mary and the other guests that are on, was it Tracy? I'm sorry, is it Tracy? Yeah. This is what I want both of you to understand. If you want the DNA of our team within LifeVantage, the DNA, we're the most affluent, highly educated, we're first timers in this business. So we have an incredible amount of leaders, and like Dr. Goodman, like Deb Zito, like Dr. McKee, I think we do an incredible job educating your customers on why you need to reduce oxidative stress by 40% on average in all people. When you understand the significance of how detrimental oxidative stress is to the body, then you'll start to understand the enormity of how big this opportunity is, because we're the only game in town. Tracy, you're the only veterinarian in the world. If someone loves their animal and they want to save the animal's life, you're the only person they can turn to. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? It's probably a little bit of both, right? You can have so much business, you don't know what to do with it all. That's what we have, everyone. We have no competition. Now, Tracy, what if you're the only veterinarian in the world, and then now ABC News knocks on your door and say, hey, Tracy, we've been hearing, but this incredible way that you take care of these animals, we want to do a positive, spin on your business with no competition. You think it'll help you get a few more animals? That's what we have. So what I've been able to do is surround myself with better people than myself, right? What we call is we recruit up. And that's why we have such a dynamic team. We have incredible human beings, and everyone's ready to help each and every one of you pursue your hopes and dreams. And that's what this business is all about, right? So this is just a smidgen. I mean, we're just scratching the surface on this Evolve compensation plan. And if Deb would love to have me back next week, or actually after we get back from Nashville, because we're all gone next week, I would love to continue this compensation plan, because this is, again, we're just scratching the surface. There is 5 other ways of how we get paid. This is just enrolling 3 people a week. 3 people a month, right? So it's very minimal is what I'm talking about. And you can see an additional $8,100 a year, month after month after month. It's pretty simple to do. So with that said, I'll give it back to Deb. Hopefully I didn't go over my time, but this gives you a little bit of a smidgen on the significance of what exponential growth is all about.
Gabe, thank you so much. Everybody, if you can unmute and thank Gabe for joining us tonight. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Gabe.
Gabe. Great.
Thank you.
And understand this, I would be more than happy. Well, this
Love
is
that.
recorded, so you can listen to it over and over and over. And let me just say this real quick. I don't have the brain power that all of you have. I didn't go to medical school. I'm not a PA. I'm not a naturopath. I just know how to get people in shape. And what I did when I started this business, I kid you not, this is the God's honest truth. The way my brain works, if I looked at these numbers, that's why I use the word discombobulated. That's how my brain works. I would have shut down. So I was taught the 5-10-3 plan, and what I was able to do, because I followed it to a T, I did exactly what I was taught to do. I went halfway up the compensation plan my very first month in the business. So I did over 20,000 in revenue that month. I didn't even know what I accomplished. My upline, the person that's above me, called me that very next morning on October 1 and congratulated me for hitting that Pro 5 rank, or what's called MC2 today. I didn't know. I didn't understand the compensation plan. I didn't know why I was getting paid the money. I made $7,000 my very first month, and I could not tell you how or where that money came from. So listen to me very carefully. If you really start to